One of the challenges that we did is we actually send out an email to all our current users. We wanted to find one person who's using this daily, the way we told them, who still got COVID, and we still haven't found a single person yet.
Wow. Hi, I'm Steve Bloom, practitioner, respiratory therapist, asthma educator, and biophysiologist. And today we are here with Steve Shah, visiting him. We did a podcast earlier, and we'd like to thank him welcome us into Nature's Pavilion here in northern New Jersey. So I wanted to have him, show a few of the products that he's been talking about, especially the ones that we're going to talk about is COVID as well. So Steve, take it away.
There are a few products that are very, very popular in our store. They're so popular, matter of fact, that this particular item, we just got a delivery of 10,000 bottles 3 weeks ago. CVF 24, right? So basically it's an item that actually helps to protect your immune system, and it keeps your immune system at a particular level so that when we are exposed to the virus, which we all will be eventually, it doesn't have the ability, the virus doesn't have the ability to stay in our system, because this is going to just fight it right off. What we are actually now waiting to do is actually possibly to have this product researched. Right. And validate what we are seeing and what we are finding. This is what we are trying to do. Right. We also have the allergy one, this one, right in here. Right. This is...
So what is this one?
Oh my God. This is, for this season right now, normally, this would be the #1 selling item. The difference nowadays is that the allergy season has extended now from being a seasonal, mostly spring, right, to mostly spring and summer, to mostly spring, summer, and fall, and now the whole year.
All year round.
Pretty much.
Right.
And it could be because of the warmer weather that we are seeing in the summer, winter now maybe just not getting killed, whatever is going on. Sure. Something is happening. This particular product, whether it's tinnitus, whether it's vertigo, whether it's a post-nasal drip, foggy thinking. A lot of people have no idea when they're just not able to think properly that it's actually caused by allergies.
Sure. Okay,
22 stands for 22 different ingredients.
Okay, 22 ingredients.
So, like this one is the CVF 24, 24 ingredients. This is 22
And that
ingredients.
stands for cold, flu.
Cold, virus, and flu.
Cold, virus, and flu.
Correct. Right. Yeah. Yes.
Now, before we step away, I notice I see another purple bottle, another bottle.
Oh yeah. This is called Nerve Calm.
Okay.
Nerve Calm.
Nerve Calm.
Just relax. It calms. So people who have sleeping problems, many times it is due to stress and anxiety. This is one of the most effective stress and anxiety product that exists. It is so effective that you take it straight, you leave it in the mouth a little bit, and then you swallow.
Right.
In 20 minutes, it just mellows you out. The nice thing is, you can take this during the daytime for stress.
You don't even have to write a script for that.
No, you're right. So this section was literally empty because everybody was looking for stuff for the immune. So what we did is basically the CVF that we were talking about was one of the items. The second thing is that quercetin that we talked about. What quercetin is, it's actually a bioflavonoid that helps protect the integrity of the blood vessels and everything. Right. Vitamin C, right? Everybody knows emergency. Well, there's something called N-acetylcysteine, which is 10 times better. It's much more natural. This is 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per packet, for example. You just take a packet or two a day and you're done. You just drink it and you enjoy this nice drink. So vitamin C is important.
Okay.
Vitamin D, everybody's taking D now.
Right, yeah.
Well, we are discovered about 10 years ago, we sold maybe 1 or 2 bottles of vitamin D, 400 IUs a day. Now we sell people 30, 40 bottles a day.
Wow.
Why? Because everybody is beginning to realize that D was so critical, yet people were afraid of taking it.
Oh, wow.
Zinc. Everybody knows zinc is important right now.
Yeah.
Everybody discovered zinc all of a sudden. So we actually have some amazing zinc that's available. Yep, we have some actually there over here. Let me show you the other
Sure, take us around, take us
Yep.
around. You got a busy store here.
This is a great quality zinc. This gets absorbed into the system. It actually is not only high absorption zinc, but it also is very gentle. Now, a lot of people, when they take zinc, they feel nauseous.
Right.
This doesn't do that.
Right,
we still recommend taking it with a meal. And you don't really need more than 20 milligrams, maybe 30 at the most on a daily basis. I'll tell you a perfect example. I think I may have mentioned it. We had a woman here. She's probably in her early 80s. She had a birthday party. 19 people. Out of 19, 17 people got COVID.
Wow.
But she was one of those who didn't, her and her husband. And they were the oldest. So So it's like almost opposite of what you normally see. The oldest get it, the younger don't. Well, not this time. The oldest didn't get it, but everybody else did.
You mentioned you had some first responders coming in, some nurses.
We got, yes,
coming in
we got a lot of first responders coming in now.
Yeah.
Yes, because they know that this is a place where they can get what they need and recover much quicker than otherwise. For those who are asthmatic, because we need to protect the lungs and keep the lungs breathing properly. Right. That's one of the things that happens with COVID, is it affects the lungs, right? So that's what you need to protect. So N-acetylcysteine, one of the main important.
That's one I do take.
Yep. So that is very good for people who have asthmatic conditions of anything or any respiratory conditions. The allergy formula, another thing you add to your protocol for the COVID, for the preventing much further damage here, right?
Right.
The other thing that you do, the quercetin, you gotta take that for sure. Make sure you do.
Right.
When you walk in a store like this, you see all this stuff. Like, where do you start? Right? I mean, it gets a little overwhelming. There's no way we expect them to be able to know.
It's trying to bake a cake without a recipe.
Exactly. So we are the ones who provide them the systematic approach. This is very good, and it's in a liquid, so that's a good one. Or it's only once in a capsule. This is pure carnitine. Creatine also can affect your kidneys.
That's right.
This has no negative effect on the kidneys at all.
Okay, very good.
That's why it's so good. For muscle wasting, this is one of the best things that's there. And that is what's happening. People after COVID, they are getting similar to what is muscle wasting.
Right.
This prevents that.
Excellent.
And then for the anxiety itself, we were talking, so that's where the omegas come in. But for post-COVID, what you want to do is you want to get something that has a high EPA and a high DHA. It's right in here, for example, contains 2,300 milligram of EPA plus DHA. If we were to define America, USA,
Right.
stress would be the other word to define it. Okay? Everybody's got stress here.
Right.
We don't know why, what's going on. Maybe the way the whole system is set up, stress is everywhere. All these diseases will start rising.
Right.
And that's what's happening. And that's what we are literally seeing. And it leads to inflammation and everything else within the
So
body.
what sleepage of all, in us ending this, but in saying what is the best?
So there's a few things that are very good for sleeping.
Okay.
That nerve calm that we showed you.
Show you earlier. Yes.
The nerve calm, awesome product. 100% safe for anybody over 14. And we don't recommend below 14 only because, we are a little conservative here on that.
Sure.
The another item that's really good is this GABA product from GABA. The thing is with this item, it does need a little bit of a break in the body. So if you were taking this after 2 weeks, you're supposed to stop for a few days and then you can start again. So this particular product, see, it has in there what is known as GABA. So GABA is phenomenal for relaxing.
And what about the melatonin? Now that I take, what is the difference between GABA? Because I was deciding which way to go, melatonin or GABA.
Melatonin is very safe, but melatonin is a hormone that the body normally produces. So melatonin will work only if your body is deficient in that hormone. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Very simple.
Right. So someone that might have like adrenal insufficiencies.
Melatonin may not help them at all. For adrenal, what you want to do is you want to take something called ashwagandha.
Oh, ashwagandha.
And ashwagandha actually is what they call an adaptogenic. So it actually not only reduces the cortisol level in the body, but it also actually gives you energy. So you feel great. You can actually take this at night because it's not going to affect you negatively.
Right.
So ashwagandha, for example, I'm going to show you a great ashwagandha that we have here.
Oh, yeah.
Because it has everything.
Right.
So this is a blend of everything in there. This was the first product that had ashwagandha as its base.
Oh, wow.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. And
Nobody knew about ashwagandha.
And I know you said in our podcast, you mentioned about how people, when your family started in 1979, you would never find any of this anywhere.
Oh yeah, you couldn't find a lot of these things. Well, we do have some of those items like the nerve calm and everything on another website called healthpavilion.com.
Right.
So that's Pavilion with one L. We want to be able to interact with the customer to find out exactly what's going on before they start taking it.
Right, you can't treat something blindly. Once again, I would like to thank Steve. Steve, thank you so much for having us here.
It's a pleasure, always.
And we will be posting a lot of this up and all the information at Nature's Pavilion and Steve Shah. I'm Steve from Bloom Health. Thanks again. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're going to go take some vitamins.